Coronation Street fans recently spotted what they believed was a subtle reference to a familiar face from the show's past after a conversation involving Maggie Driscoll mentioned the famous boy band Boyzone. The comment immediately caught the attention of longtime viewers, many of whom remembered that Boyzone member Keith Duffy previously played popular Weatherfield character Ciaran McCarthy. Ciaran first arrived on the street in 2002 as a friend of Peter Barlow from their naval days. During his early years in Weatherfield, he began a relationship with Sunita Alahan, but their romance ended dramatically on what should have been their wedding day. He later departed in 2005 after becoming involved in a feud with Charlie Stubbs. Several years later, Ciaran returned to Coronation Street and soon found himself romantically involved with Michelle Connor. Once again, wedding plans ended in heartbreak when Michelle discovered that Ciaran had gambled away money they had saved for their future together. Following the collapse of their relationship, Ciaran left Weatherfield in 2011 and returned to working on cruise ships, while Michelle chose to remain on the street. After Maggie's Boyzone reference aired, some viewers wondered whether the mention could have been hinting at a possible comeback for Ciaran. However, Keith Duffy has now dismissed any speculation that he is planning a return. Speaking to the Irish Mirror, Duffy revealed that he only became aware of the scene after someone sent him the clip. He admitted he found the moment unusual because Pauline McLynn's character was discussing Boyzone inside the Rover's Return, the same pub where he spent years portraying Ciaran. Duffy noted that there seemed to be a number of strange coincidences surrounding the reference and joked that perhaps the writers were simply having a bit of fun. Despite the speculation, he made it clear that he has no plans to reprise the role and currently has no desire to return to Coronation Street. Instead, Duffy is focusing on music as he prepares to reunite with his fellow Boyzone bandmates for their One for the Road live at Emirates Stadium concerts. The performances are expected to be among the biggest shows the group has ever staged. The concerts will take place in London, with S Club supporting the first show and Witched appearing at the second event. The band recently expressed their gratitude for the support they have received from fans following the success of their documentary. They explained that the overwhelming response inspired them to create a special stadium experience and celebrate their music together once again. While Ciaran McCarthy may not be heading back to Weatherfield anytime soon, the mention of Boyzone certainly sparked plenty of nostalgia among Coronation Street viewers who remember one of the soap's most memorable former residents. Coronation Street delivers another dramatic episode tonight as fresh developments emerge in Theo Silverton's murder investigation, while tensions rise for several Weatherfield residents. One Todd receives a major update from Lisa. Todd Grimshaw speaks with DS Lisa Connor Swain after Ryan Connor's claim that Danielle Silverton may have been involved in Theo's death. However, Lisa reveals that Danielle is no longer being considered a suspect because she has a confirmed alibi. Later, Todd visits Summer Spellman in prison and is shocked when she reveals that she plans to plead guilty to manslaughter. Influenced by Adam Barlow's advice regarding a plea deal, Summer believes accepting responsibility could result in a shorter sentence. Todd is left devastated by her decision. 2. A new clue emerges over Todd's missing phone. Todd asks Lisa when he can finally get his mobile phone back, assuming it has been held by police as evidence since Theo's murder. To his surprise, Lisa explains that the police never had possession of the phone. The revelation raises fresh questions about who took it, and a flashback scene soon provides an important new lead in the investigation. 3. Carl confronts Tyrone. Tyrone Dobbs remains convinced he made the right choice by withholding information from police about the incident at the garage, even though his evidence could potentially clear Summer's name. Unfortunately for Tyrone, Carl Webster has become increasingly suspicious after overhearing a secretive conversation. At the pub, Carl directly challenges Tyrone and warns him that he intends to uncover whatever he is hiding. 4. Daniel's return to work goes badly wrong. As Daniel Osborne prepares to return to work following his suspension, Bertie tries to boost his confidence by giving him a thoughtful, world's best teacher mug. However, Daniel's hopes for a fresh start are quickly shattered when Lily Platt reads out cruel online comments posted by the mysterious Truth Teller 2 account. The situation worsens when Lily accidentally crashes into him, smashing the mug, while Jake Windass films the embarrassing moment on his phone. 5. Daniel faces another dangerous confrontation. Humiliated and upset, Daniel heads to the Rovers, hoping to drink away his troubles. Sean Tully refuses to serve him after receiving warnings from Adam about Daniel's fragile state. Soon afterwards, Daniel encounters Megan Walsh in the precinct. Still furious about everything she has put him through, Daniel loses control of his emotions. The question is whether his anger could lead him into serious trouble. 6. Idris and Leanne grow closer. Idris Nazir continues to flirt with Leanne Battersby, who is clearly enjoying the attention. Although Alia Nazir warns Leanne that Idris has a reputation for causing problems, Leanne appears reluctant to listen. As their connection deepens, questions remain over whether Idris can truly be trusted. 7. Alia faces a difficult decision. As Idris settles into life in Weatherfield, he reveals that he is looking for someone to handle his legal affairs. Knowing that Idris often operates in morally questionable territory, Alia must decide whether involving her law firm would be a wise move. Her decision could have significant consequences in the weeks ahead. Coronation Street revisits a painful chapter in the Barlow family's history this week as Daniel Osborne accidentally attacks his father, Ken Barlow, during an explosive confrontation. Longtime viewers will remember the dramatic 2017 storyline in which Ken was pushed down the stairs, sparking a major whodunit mystery. It was eventually revealed that Daniel was responsible after tensions boiled over between father and son. At the time, Ken had repeatedly interfered in Daniel's relationship with Sinead Tinker. During a heated argument, Ken branded Daniel an embarrassment and the worst of his children, prompting Daniel to lash out and push him. Although Daniel has appeared calmer in recent years, recent events have pushed him close to breaking point once again. The former head teacher has been struggling to cope ever since discovering that his girlfriend, Megan Walsh, had been abusing a teenage student while using their relationship as a cover. The betrayal has left Daniel emotionally shattered, and he has increasingly turned to alcohol while battling feelings of anger and humiliation. In upcoming scenes, Daniel finds himself involved in a fierce argument with Adam Barlow after Bertie is discovered wandering the streets alone. Adam learns that Daniel had become so drunk that he passed out on the sofa, leaving Bertie unattended. Concerned for the youngster's welfare, Adam confronts Daniel about his behavior. The situation escalates when Ken Barlow and Cassie Plummer arrive. Adam points out how frightening the experience must have been for Bertie, especially given that after Sinead's death, Daniel had once explained to his son that his mother had fallen asleep and never woken up. As emotions boil over, Daniel becomes increasingly defensive and furious. Actor Rob Mallard explained that Daniel still feels deeply hurt by Adam's decision to represent Megan professionally, believing his cousin chose work over family loyalty. While Adam has shown patience and support in recent years, growing resentment now threatens to destroy their relationship. Unable to control his anger, Daniel attempts to strike Adam during the confrontation. However, as he swings his arm, he accidentally hits Ken in the face instead. Mallard revealed that Daniel feels completely trapped during the scene as family members challenge him over his actions. According to the actor, whenever Daniel feels cornered, his instinct is to fight back. He also suggested that despite the improvements in their relationship over the years, Daniel still carries unresolved resentment towards Ken stemming from his childhood. Deep down, he continues to feel abandoned by his father, and those emotions often resurface whenever Ken tries to offer advice or guidance. As a result, Daniel frequently reverts to behaving like an angry teenager around his father, regardless of how much time has passed. With Daniel's life continuing to spiral out of control, the shocking incident leaves the entire Barlow family reeling and raises serious questions about how much further he could fall before he finally reaches breaking point. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on demand via ITVX.